Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. The honors to the elders, Apostle Ray Millsroom, telling me this truth and rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutations to Ikem out there, scattered abroad to the four corners of the earth, that's serving this truth and the truth and sincerity. To I say Shalom. It's your brother Nabala coming to you another video in the spirit. And the topic of this video is going to be about how we have to make sure that we're following the order that Yahweh Shai has set up, or Yahweh Shai will be replaced in this thing. Yahweh Shai will replace us, okay? And I'm going to start off with this scripture. This is First Corinthians 14 and 40. It says, let all things be done decently and in order. So when you come into this thing, one of the things that you learn is order, okay? And that's one thing that Jake lacked in the world is order. Jake don't have order out here. The Eve, our whole nation of Israel, they lack order out here, and that's why the 2/3, that's why they're gonna have to be done with, because they would never subject themselves under order, okay? Because the Lord is not with all this out of order, just chaos out here. The Lord set up the law, statutes, and commandments to give us order, okay, for us to live a certain way and to conduct ourselves a certain way. But Jake don't want to do that. Jake think that you can just be out here doing whatever the fuck you want to do, and that's not how the Lord set it up, okay? And I'm gonna grab this scripture. Hold on, so I can. This is 1 Corinthians 11 and 3. It says, "But I will have you know that the head of every man is a Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of a Mashiach is Yahweh." So this showing you right there, there's an order to this thing, that the head of the woman is the man, the head of the man is Yahweh Shai, and that the head of Yahweh Shai is Yahweh, okay? So that's showing you that there's order, okay? And that's how Yahweh Shai tries to set it up. And when you come into this thing that you learn, that's why we have camp heads. You have your first head, you have your second in command, you have your third in command. That's the order that the Lord had to set up, okay? And it trickles down. Then you got brothers who've been in this thing, before you, that are over you. Would you consider them to be, elder brothers, because they've been in this thing before you, and you have to show them the respect that they're due. So you have to when you come to this thing, you have to conduct yourselves a certain type of way and follow the order that's set up. But once you start thinking that you can go against the order, you see that brothers end up getting kicked out, or Yahweh Shai will take the spirit off of you, and have you start going off, or he can take the spirit away from you completely, and you'll be back out here in the world, okay? And he'll take the spirit that he gave to you and give it to someone else, okay? So that's why we cannot neglect this thing that we have, and we have to constantly examine ourselves, like the scriptures say, and follow the order that Yahweh Shai set up. And I'm gonna go over here to 2 Samuel 3, just to show you an example of what happened once you start doing your own thing. What can happen to you? This is 2 Samuel 3. I'm gonna start at verse 20. It says, "So Abner came to David to Hebron, and 20 men with him. And David made Abner and the men that were with him a feast. And Abner said unto David, I will arise and go and will gather all Israel unto my lord the king, that they may make a league with thee, and that thou mayest reign over all that thine heart desireth. And David sent Abner away, and he went in peace." So if you go back and read in Samuel, Abner was he came from the house of Saul, okay? And you can go back and read the story between Saul and David, okay? So Abner came from the house of Saul, and he was serving Saul's son Ishbosheth, okay? And Ishbosheth and Abner had a disagreement. So Abner basically came to David and wanted to start serving David, because he could see that the house of Saul was waxing worse and worse, and that the house of David was growing, and that the Lord was dealing with David. Okay? And I'm going to continue to read. It says, and behold, the servants of David and Joab came from pursuing a troop and brought in a great spoil with them. But Abner was not with David in Hebron, for he had sent him away, and he was going in peace. When Joab and all the host that was with him were come, they told Joab, saying, Abner the son of Ner came to the king, and he has sent him away, and he is gone in peace. And Joab came to the king and said, Why hast thou done? Behold, Abner came unto thee. Why is that thou hast sent him away, and he is quite gone? Thou knowest Abner the son of Ner, that he came to deceive thee, and to know that going out and thy coming in, to know all that thou doest. So Joab was mad at David for letting Abner go, and the reason why Joab was mad at Abner for letting go, because Abner killed Joab's brother. Okay, so Joab was really seeking revenge for that. So Abner came, to David with David knowing that, but he basically came and made peace with David, and David sent him away. And Joab was mad about that. And then he was trying to basically say that Abner basically came to deceive David, which wasn't the case. This is just Joab's revenge getting the best of him that he wanted to get on Abner. And all this is in Samuel, in 1 Samuel, so you can go back and read that. This is verse 26. It says, and when Joab was come out from David, he sent messengers after Abner, which brought him again from the well of Sarah, but David knew it not. So Joab sent men after David. Not David Slack, after Abner, but David didn't know it. It says, and when Abner was returned to Hebron, Joab took him aside in the gate to speak with him quietly, and smote him there under the fifth rib, that he died for the blood of Asahel, his brother. That was Abner's brother, and he killed him the same way that Abner killed his brother. And afterward, when David heard it, he said, I and my kingdom are guiltless before the Lord forever from the blood of Abner, the son of Ner. Let it rest on the head of Joab and on all his father's house, and let there none fail from the house of Joab, one that hath an issue, or that is a leaper, or that leaneth on a staff, or that falleth on the sword, or that lacketh bread. So David basically said that he's guiltless of this blood, because he didn't know that Joab did this, and he didn't order Joab to do it as well. Okay, Joab took it upon himself to kill Abner, and therefore David set up a curse against him. Okay, and that was well, you can look at that being David showing him mercy, because he could have been kicked out, or David could have killed him for doing that, but David just put a curse on him. So, and that was basically strike one. So I'm gonna come over here. To another count. And that's basically strike one for Joab. So this is 2 Samuel 19, and I'm gonna start at verse 5. Oh no, it's like it. 18 and 5. This is King David talking to it says it to Joab, to Abishai, and Ittai, and it's concerning his son Absalom, because Absalom he did something very wicked, which you can go back and read in 2 Samuel, and he was basically trying to take over Israel. He was trying to take the kingdom from David. Okay, so, and even with him doing this, David was basically having mercy on him, but Joab didn't understand that. Joab felt that Absalom should be killed for the things he did. So this is 2 Samuel 18 and 5. It says, and the king commanded Joab and Abishai and Ittai, saying, deal gently for my sake with the young man, even with Absalom, and all the people heard when the king gave all the captains charge concerning Absalom Khan. So not only did the men that he spoke to heard this, but all the people heard what he told them to do concerning Absalom. Let me jump down to verse 9. It says, "And Absalom met the servants of David, and Absalom rode upon a mule, and the mule went under the thick boughs of a great oak, and his head caught hold of the oak, and he was taken up between the heaven and the earth, and the mule that was under him went away. And a certain man saw it and told Joab and said, Behold, I saw Absalom hang in the oak. And Joab said unto the man that told him, And behold, thou sawest him, and why didst thou not smite him there to the ground? And I would have given thee 10 shekels of silver and a girdle." Khan. So Joab was like, "Why didn't you kill him? And I would have gave you silver for it." And this is what the man said. This is verse 12. "And the man said unto Joab, Though I should receive 1,000 shekels of silver in my hand, yet would I not put forth my hand against the king's son. For in our hearing the king charged thee and Abishai and Ittai, saying, Beware that none touch the young man Absalom Khan." So he's basically telling him the king specifically gave us an order to deal gently, to not kill him. Okay, so the first account I read, when Joab took matters in his own hand, David didn't give him an order. But in this particular account, David specifically gave him an order. Okay, and so this is verse 13. It says, "Otherwise I should have wrought falsehood against my own life, for there is no murder here from the king, and though thyself wouldst have set thyself against me." Khan. So basically saying the king would have found out what I have done, and basically you would have set me up. You basically would have set him up. And this is verse 14. It says, "So then said Joab, I may not tarry thus with thee. And he took 3 darts in his hand and thrust them through the heart of Absalom while he was yet alive in the midst of the oak." It says, "And then 10 young men that bare Joab's armor compassed about and smote Absalom and slew him." Khan. So again, Joab took it upon himself to go against, and this time he went against an order that was given straight from King David. It's not that it was David sent the messenger to Joab to tell him what to do. This is a conversation that David had directly with Joab, and he told him what to do, and Joab basically disobeyed it. Okay, so this is what happened to Joab. This is 2 Samuel 19:13. It says, "And say ye to Amasa, Art thou not of my bone and of my flesh? Yahweh do so to me, and more also, that thou be not captain of the host before me continually in the room of Joab." Khan. So Joab got replaced, okay, because of what he did, because he directly disobeyed an order given from him, okay, and that's the same thing that can happen to us, okay. If we don't respect the order that Yahweh Shah has set up here with this truth, okay, he can replace us, and it's just that simple. So that's why we have to make sure that we constantly examine ourselves, and that we're following the order that's set up, okay. That don't be trying to take advantage of brothers. Don't be trying to get over on brothers. Don't take the brotherhood for granted, okay? Because we should be thankful for the brotherhood, okay? And there's nothing, and don't be out here trying to get over, okay? Because you're not getting over on the brothers, because Yahweh Shah sees everything. The scriptures say the eyes of the Lord upon the sinful kingdom. So you can think you're getting over on men, but you're not getting over on Yahweh Shah. And like the scripture says, a fearful hand will fall in the hands of 11 power. He's the one that's going to ultimately deal with you and ultimately going to judge you. Okay? So take heed to that, brothers, and remember that. So that's pretty much it. Lord willing, this video was edifying. If this is a good read, First Samuel and Second Samuel is a very good read. You can learn a lot from those books. A lot. It's a lot of character building, and just a lot of wisdom can be taken from it. So again, I'm gonna say, Lord willing, this video is edifying, and I'm gonna close out by giving all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash, Shalom.